Welcome back, everyone. I want to quickly discuss the art of learning. And one of the one-liners that I've always loved is you can never do anything 100% or perfect, but you can master the art of practice. And so then the question beckons, how long does it take to learn something brand new? And you listen to these sports stars and these sports coaches and what they call high evolution coaches, where these guys take the mental platform and the physical platform of an athlete up to another level. And they talk about 5, 10, 12,000 hours worth of training, etc. And what I noticed is when my youngest son was playing soccer, he'd learned the art of repetition. So they would do practice one particular item for hours and hours and hours. And in some cases, they got up to 1 million or 2 million repetitions of a particular ball exercise on the wall. And when you started quantifying that, he was getting a lot better at it really quickly. So the question beckons, if I just want to play soccer and I just want to be okay at it, I don't want to be doing 1,000 or 2,000 or 1 million repetitions. I don't have time for that. I want to just enjoy the game. And the same goes with your job. So I've been working with a guy called Michael Biviano, who's working for himself here in Melbourne, in the city of Monash, and he works under the brand of At Realty, and he's doing extremely well. He left the company that he was at going back about 6 months ago, and he shot from a platform from here up to here income-wise. And look, at a guess, it's probably near a multiple of 10 over that period of time. So the question goes back to the training aspect and the practice aspect. What's the difference since him and I have been working together that's elevated his income level up to a very, very high level, but more than his expectations? And then the other question beckons then later on, what do you do with the money when you've got it, when you haven't been used to having it? So, and that we can cover that in another video. So one of the things I've learned with Michael is this, is because Michael is so keen to learn and he's such a vacuum in relation to just soaking in information, the art is that you can learn something really quickly, but it's how you implement it. So if you'll have a particular learning time process, right? And say, for instance, it may take you a week to learn a particular skill. And in real estate, if we're talking about real estate per se, it could be script and dialogue, vendor profiling, communication, articulation, speech, tone, body language, etc. So to learn those things is not all that difficult. But what it is, it's concentrating on key points. So one of the things that Michael's been able to do really well from my observations and my teachings with him is this, is he's been able to get the key points of any learning, learn the key points first. So therefore, if you have to learn 20 points on a particular skill, he's learning the first 4 or 5 key points first, and it's making learning the other lesser points easier. So you learn the key points first. That's what I've learned from that. The other thing is on what you concentrate on grows. So therefore, if you want to learn something quickly, you have to work on it quickly. So my belief structure on that is it only takes a week or two of constant practice to learn something at a fairly proficient level. I'm talking about just being proficient with it. So therefore, I believe somewhere between 15 to 30 hours or so, you know, a week or two's worth of practice on something gets you a skill set that's proficient. So that's the other thing. Then, after that, what do we need? We need a level of consistency. So therefore, Michael's been able to do that as well. So he's been able to remain consistent with his effort. Okay? So in that case, the learning time, key points. Learn the key points first, then learn the other points. 15 to 30 hours roughly to learn something. So if you are, say, you feel inept or inhibited about speaking to a vendor, go and speak to people that you don't know and randomly ask them if you can just do an interview with them. Have it just a general dialogue discussion, or go and do it with some friends first and then ask them some questions and do the old role play of vendor-client, vendor-agent type scenario. Those sort of things will help you. So the key is to put yourself out there, but to do it very, very quickly, very often over a very short period of time. Okay, and the other thing is do it consistently. If you feel that you're still not doing it very well, then you need to keep practicing until you get it to a level that you think you're good enough at. Now, the other thing that I've also found is in my dealings with Michael Sandhu is I've found that he is communicating with me on a regular basis, and he's on the internet, he's checking things out, he's looking people up, he's looking up, very successful people, he's reading their bios, he's doing all that. And what he's doing is he's taking notes. So he's making the time, what he's doing now is he's making the time to practice his art. And this particular guy's art is real estate. So what he's doing is he's got me working with him, but the reality of that is he's now, every day, when he has some downtime, he's mastered the art of what do you do in your downtime? Educate yourself. So he's working on that profusely. So, and that's what I'd suggest is when you have any downtime whatsoever and you're feeling relaxed and calm, that's a great time to utilise to make yourself better.